Hey everybody, welcome back to TechOdyssey. So today I'm here to talk about the 5 things that I don't like about the S22 Ultra.
Seriously, I want you to be totally honest, really.
Now, it's actually really hard to try and find 5 things about this phone that I don't like, but I think there are some legitimate things here. And the first one I want to talk about is the price.
The price is wrong.
$1,199, and they also dumbed down the storage options for the phone. So 128 gigabytes of storage is the baseline, along with 8 gigabytes of RAM. I'm not cool with that because it's really an arbitrary thing that they're charging you an extra $100 to give you the extra 4 gigs of RAM and the extra 128 gigabytes of storage. 128 is okay baseline, but when you have a phone that can record 4K 60, that can record 8K video, and it's got a 108 megapixel camera, you're talking about some really sizable media. File sizes are bigger than ever. If you want to download some games, they're well over 10 gigabytes nowadays for some of them. There's just not a whole lot of space there. And you're likely not starting this new. Most people transfer their data over. When you transfer your data over, you usually got a lot of stuff already. So if you've already got a phone that's got 128 gigabytes of storage, it's not much of an upgrade, and in some cases could be a downgrade if you came over from like the S20 Ultra, the S21 Ultra to the S22 Ultra. So just throwing that around out there, I don't appreciate that. It really should have had more RAM and more storage for the price point. So that right there, I'm going to lump that all into one price, $11.99. The baseline, I was kind of okay with it because they didn't raise the price, but they kind of dumbed down the features. So that's the first thing that I don't like. The second thing I don't like is there's no SD card slot.
I bought it 10 years ago for $60,000. I could sell it today for $600. Capitalism at its finest.
It should have one. This is a productivity device, and especially if you're going to handicap it with only a baseline 128 storage, you should have an SD card slot. A lot of people actually do use them, and it's really nice. On like my Sony Xperia 1 Mark III, you can even pull the tray out off the side with your thumb and put the SD card in, pop one in, pop it out. You're good to go. SD cards have always been a pain in the rear end to take in and out of phones, so I see why some people don't use them. Maybe that would have been a better option, but maybe even like a push tray, like the old Nintendo cartridge, or even like the S Pen. Push on it, pop it out. I think that could be a good way to go in the future. So that's the second thing I don't like. It is a productivity device. It should have an SD card, especially with all the multimedia capabilities that are on here. It just should.
Doc, none of us can remember anything from last night. Remember?
Okay, the third thing that I don't like, hear me out on this one. This one is kind of lower on the totem pole, but no headphone jack. Whenever you're paying $1,200 for a phone and you have all of this space, there is no lack of space here. It's not like everything is super tight and compact. They haven't really fundamentally changed the body on this thing in a while. Looking at the Note 20 Ultra, now looking at the S22 Ultra, it's basically the same phone chassis. So when you look at it, $1,200, I really feel like it should have a headphone jack. No, a lot of people don't necessarily listen to headphones anymore using a wired connection, but that is the best way for you to get a top-end sound performance connection. Wired is better. You get better transmission of data, better bandwidth. It's not as susceptible to interference and packet loss and compression, all that stuff, when it comes to using a wired versus a wireless connection. So, should be wired, and here's another selling point. It makes it more premium.
And we can charge anything we want, $2,000 a day, $10,000 a day, and people will pay it.
That was always a selling point for the LG phones. You had the 32-bit quad DAC. I tell you what, if you got a really good set of headphones or earphones and plugged them in and listened to it, you could tell the difference. They sounded tremendously, amazingly good. Not there anymore. So I really contend that they should throw it back in there. It's one of those things that's kind of a fringe accessory, a fringe component they put on phones now, but not a whole lot of people are listening to earbuds for $15 with a wired connection. Just go with the wireless ones. They're probably better anyway. But if you really want a premium sound, some people do pay for that, or they'll use a cable with a wireless set anyway. I think that would be a good selling feature here, because a lot of people kind of thought it was cheaping out, or people, they wanted to push their wireless earbuds, and I like wireless earbuds. I do. But I do have some good headphones, and every once in a while it would be kind of nice to plug it in and listen and have a high fidelity connection on my phone again. I used to enjoy that with the LG. It's not here anymore. So there is that. Now, the fourth thing that I don't like is the shutter lag. So when it comes to taking photos with the S22 Ultra, just like the other Samsungs that have come before it, I don't know why Samsung won't address this. When you go to take a picture, there is lag in between pressing the button and taking photos. This means it's more difficult to get photos of moving objects like your children or your pets, especially up close, especially when there's not good lighting, and it might add some more processing time. They really need to fix that. And I guess they don't realize that it's an issue, or maybe a lot of people don't care about it, don't complain. People in the tech community, I complain about it. There are some people who are kind of novelists when it comes to taking pictures with phones. It's frustrating. And you don't realize it's that big of a deal. Some people who don't have pets or don't have kids don't realize how frustrating it is when you try to get a picture at the right moment, and then it's like you get a blurred dog's face or a blurred children's face on your phone. Amazing camera. I love the camera setup on here. I love the video on here. They need to fix the shutter lag like today. It would be really nice if they would fix it. So that's the fourth thing that I don't like about this phone. The fifth and final thing, it doesn't have a power brick. Now, you may know that, you may not know that, you may think that it's grandstanding, you may think that let's just quit talking about it by now. When you spend $1,200 on a phone, $1,200 minimum, you add tax in there, it's a $1,300 phone.
Absolutely spectacular design, spared no expense.
How come they can't throw a power brick in there? Now, certainly if you pre-ordered it, did all that reservation stuff, yes, they'll give you the credit so you can go buy one instead of actually getting something you might want for the phone. They have faster charging speeds now. If you want to use the argument that there's a bunch of chargers out there in existence, this is just a clever ploy for them to make more money and try and pull on people's heartstrings and make you think it's for the environment. It's not. It's so they can sell you a 30, 35 watt charger, 40 watt charger, whatever. The ones that used to come in the boxes, 5 watts, 10 watts, 18 watts. That takes a long time to charge your phone. 5,000 milliamp battery, capable of much higher, much faster charging speeds. They don't throw one in the box. They've taken everything out. There's no power brick in there anymore. There's no headphones in there anymore. There's no screen protector in there. There's no case.
What's in the box?
It's basically just a thin little box with a charging cable, which of course, that'll probably be the next thing they take out because people have enough charging cables. So when it comes to the S22 Ultra, they should have a charger in there. I'm sorry. If you don't need one, they should have a box that says, I don't care, I don't need one, don't send it. Same thing with the SIM card. I wouldn't ask for a SIM card remover. I got a bunch of them. I got one right here. I got another one right here. I mean, I'm sure people have these things all over the place. Hey, if you really want to save some money, get rid of the paper that nobody reads and put a QR code in there. That would work out probably better. Somebody might actually do it. Put an interactive video in there. But yes, the fifth and final thing, no charger. They charge you entirely too much money for this phone to not have a charger in the box. I'm sorry. I will die on that hill all day long. So those are the 5 things that I don't like about the S22 Ultra. Otherwise, it's an amazing phone. Probably the best Android phone on the market right now. I love it. I really enjoy using it. And I had to sit around and think of 5 things that I didn't like about this phone. But of course, you can find 5 things about anything you don't like if you try hard enough. But I think those are legitimate enough to go ahead and say, yes. And those are very value-oriented ones too. We want value. We want to get what we pay for. They certainly don't give us ingenuity very often anymore. So quit taking away our essentials, because phones should have essentials and ingenuity, and they're kind of taking away both of those. So that's all I got. What do you think? You think those are 5 legitimate complaints? Do you have other complaints about the phone, other concerns about it that I didn't talk about here? Let's talk about that. Go to the comment section as well. If you have any questions, have any comments, go to the comment section. We'll talk about it. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.